Welcome to Bike World, and the team have sent me on another holiday. This time we're in northern Spain, not far from Barcelona, and we're here with Royal Enfield to test their new Guerrilla 450. Now this bike has been designed in partnership with the Himalayan that me and Chris have both ridden. It's not a Himalayan in different claws, they were both designed at the same time, it's just that they launched the Himalayan first and then this one next. They share the same 450 Sherpa single cylinder engine, but aside from that, that's kind of where it ends. So we've got a full day here in beautiful northern Spain to see what the bike is all about, bit of town work, hopefully get out on the lanes, just enjoy this bike and see what it's like. Hopefully when you see me next, I'll be next to the sea with a beer in my hand telling you what the bike's like. So this is called the Guerrilla 450 from Royal Enfield. Don't think you can see the word Guerrilla down the side. Really bold colours and graphics, and it's essentially kind of a street retro bike. Well, we're going to find out what it is because we've got 10 hours of riding apparently today. So we're going to start off in the city, then head up into the hills, bit of freeway, bit of everything on what Royal Enfield describe as kind of a street bike, I guess. So to run you through some little facts, we've got a smaller fuel tank, 11 litres, compared to the Himalayan. Street bike, so we've got 17-inch wheels, we've got a 160 rear, conventional travel of suspension, no adjustment on the front, just got preload on the rear, which is as you'd expect. 2 rider modes, which is performance and eco. Same power, same torque, same 450 engine, same gearbox as the Himalayan, but the final drive is different because the rear sprocket is a different size and the wheels are a different size, but it's the same gearbox ratio, so you've still got that kind of low punchy first gear. Clocks, really nice TFT display, real round, kind of retro but modern, same as the Himalayan again, full connectivity, so I can change this to navigation if I want. So what we got, 780 on the seat height, 11 litre fuel tank, and I think it's 11 kilograms lighter than the Himalayan. So yeah, a lot of spec. So here at Bike World, it is the morning after. Yesterday was a full ride on the Guerrilla 450. Last night was the events party, hence why my voice sounds a little bit croaky. And now we know the price, which is going to be 4,850. That's under £5,000 for the new Guerrilla 450. Now in the weird world of YouTube and TV, we did film this verdict without knowing the price, and I guessed the price to be about 5,800, 5,700. It's probably going to be around £6,000 in the UK. And I was comparing it to like Smart Pillion, Vit Pillion, bikes that have got more tech than the new Guerrilla 450 because we've just got ABS. But now when you look at the price of under £5,000, that is a highly competitive price, and it even cuts the obvious competition from the Speed 400 from Triumph. So what do you get? Well, that's an impressive package. So it shares the same engine as the Enfield Himalayan, the same switchgear and similar clocks, nearest damn it. The clocks are exceptional. They're really good TFT clocks with full navigation, Bluetooth connectivity. Suspension wise, it's show wear items front and back. We've got preload on the rear, no adjustment on the front. But to be honest, you don't need to adjust it. I don't feel you need to. We rode it around Barcelona where there's countless speed humps, up in the towns and up in the villages where there's quite big potholes. It takes the imperfections of the cobbles and the potholes and the speed humps really well, and then it's controlled and manageable when you start to have some fun. And we did start to ride a little bit aggressive at times, and the suspension is controlled, it turns in nicely. It's a little bit heavier than the competition, but the weight must be pretty central and pretty low because there's a nice balance to it. It feels like a proper big bike rather than a toy bike. It's not like a little KTM that's really flickable and agile. It's just nicely balanced and nice flowing, but we could get a really enjoyable ride going and feel confident. Beautiful tarmac. I mean, Royal Enfield have got a good team together who've organised this route, because the route is really good and the road surface is beautiful and the conditions are perfect. It's like 35 degrees, which a few are complaining that it's too hot, but you won't hear that from me. The CEAT tyres that are made, I believe, in India, I've not had great experiences with those in the past, but honestly, I have to put my hand up, I can't fault these. Yesterday was perfect conditions, it was 36, 37 degrees, the roads were like racetracks, so how they're going to perform in Birmingham when it's wet and rainy in mid-November, who knows? But in the dry, on these roads, that's the only way I can test it, and I can't really fault them. In fact, I wouldn't change them. I think they're perfectly suited for the bike. And styling wise, the kind of chunky rubber gives the bike that kind of chunky styling feel, which I really like. In terms of styling, I personally like it. I'm not too sure about these colours. Hopefully we can drop in some of the other colours now on B-roll, because I prefer the more retro 70s look. The bike feels really solid, really structurally solid, like big metal tanks, sturdy bars. The subframe is very similar to the Himalayan, so it's got a big payload capacity, because obviously the Himalayan's been designed to be ridden probably 2 up, 3 up and with extra luggage, and this feels really like a big bike feel. And I think if you park this bike at a bike meeting, it's not going to look like an A2 entry-level 450, it's going to look 650 or even bigger. And I think it's crying out for people to start chopping it up and removing the pillion pegs and putting on different exhausts and making something individual and very customizable. There's a lot of accessories for the bike, but not a different exhaust. There isn't a quick shifter, it's more luggage and little bolt-ons, but I'm sure it's not going to be long before somebody starts chopping this bike up and making something incredible. In terms of negatives, it's only negatives that you would find on really any other A2 single cylinder bike. So below 2000, it's a little bit chunky, a little bit choppy, you could say, but that's the character of a single cylinder low capacity engine. Cruising at 120, 140 kilometers an hour, it's capable, it will do that, it'll sit at high motorway speeds, but you get a little bit of vibey through the pegs, not so much through the bars, it's more through the pegs and through the bike. The brake lever is non-adjustable, which for me, I thought new riders would want that, because the seat height at 780 is really accessible, the weight's quite low, it's an entry-level, easy-to-ride bike, but I think it needs an adjustable brake lever. The lever's like, there's not enough adjustment on the lever, so I can't get it close enough to the bar. And in terms of rider aids, you've only got ABS, so there's no traction control, there's no lean sensitive anything. In summary, it's a real quality bike. I've been really impressed by the bike. This is going to sell. This is going to stampede out of Enfield showrooms. It's justifiable as a second bike for under 5 grand. This is an under 5 grand bike that you can have in the corner of your garage, that you can just ride occasionally, jacket and jeans, have some fun, ride it through winter, wash it occasionally, treat it like an everyday bike, and it's still under 5 grand. Hopefully me and Chris can get this bike against the obvious competition from Triumph very shortly. If you've got any technical questions, fire them below. Me and Chris will get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next holiday. I mean work, not holiday, sorry.